Well, we have reached game week officially. Brian Higgins, the Rhino, Chris Elmore. You got a game coming up on Saturday, Ohio. We'll get into this, but how good's it feel here? The camp is done. You got the season, and you're ready to roll at this point.
Yeah, it feels good to finally get camp over with. You know, it was kind of a getting back to normal type of camp deal, and just ready for this week one.
Let me take you back first here, Rhino, to last year. Right. You had played 4 years of football.
Yep.
Normal times, that means you go on and you do something else, or you go to the pros, or whatever. What was the final point that made your decision to come back?
The final point was just sitting down and really talking to my position coach, Coach Reno Ferree, and talking to Coach Babers, and then talking to my dad, and just basically collecting all the information that I got from everybody and just basically making pros and cons of just like if I was to stay or if I was to leave, you know, just making pros and cons for both, and then just like the pros outweigh the cons for me to stay.
When you look at the biggest pro, what stands out as the biggest thing that you could benefit from this year personally?
The biggest one is definitely get my degree, but definitely going back to fullback and just honing in on that position.
Okay, I'll say last year, you're looking a little more like a fullback. Yeah. He was looking a little bit like a guard last year. Okay, so this week last year versus this week now, what is the weight difference for you?
The weight difference is about 20 pounds. I was about 285. I'm about 260 right now, so I'm feeling good, looking good, moving good.
And you got to like that. Last year, being 20 pounds more, you were small.
Yeah.
Now 20 pounds less, you're big again.
Yeah, definitely just bodied and toned up, getting my grown man strength and just looking to utilize this week.
And most importantly, you know how that can affect the team. Yeah. I mean, you were a team guy last year. Most people would not have done what you did last year. How does it affect the team this year that you're back where you are and now there is somebody at your position again?
Yeah, it definitely affects the team a lot because you can tell just like guys coming to me just like the run game looks way better with you back there and just like talking to our linebackers and just, you know, Michael's one of my roommates, so just sitting down watching film with him and just breaking down our offense, breaking down their defense and just seeing just like the difference from last year's run game to this year's run game.
All right, Sean Tucker is going to be the guy behind you, at least to start. We know we'll see a rotation back there. I know you got him down for an easy 1,000. Sean is not one to boast about himself. He's not going to say that. What kind of season can he have behind you guys?
He can have a legendary season. You know, like you see people all the time tweeting about him, talking about give him 44, give him 44. I think he's definitely a guy who deserves 44. You know, he's just a kid who keeps his chin in his chest and always working. You know, like what you see is what you get. He's a very quiet kid and just going to do what he has to do.
Well, he's 34. He's got one of the two numbers, so that's not bad. And you mentioned it's not just him. Obviously, he had a great freshman season, but you're back there. The line has been reformulated. How much confidence do you have in that group in front of you guys?
I have a lot of confidence with them. You know, this is probably one of the healthiest I've seen our O-line coming out of camp, and it's just like that's a good sign. You know, once you got a healthy O-line going into week one, you know that you can do some things with that. You know, week one is kind of like just get the jitters out, the shakes out, and then, you know, like week two is always that progress where you get the kinks out and stuff. But going into week one with a healthy O-line, I feel great about it.
Tell me about the quarterback. So we know obviously about Tommy. He's been here for a long time, and it sounds like he will be the week one starter. But Coach Babers has also said Garrett is going to play.
Yeah.
What benefit is that to playing two quarterbacks in a game? How can that help the offense?
It benefits because it benefits with their strengths and weaknesses. You know, one's better at such and such, and there's another one better at this and that. You know, it's just playing in their game. The scheme that we have is definitely playing to their strengths, so I can definitely see both quarterbacks going in and putting up points. All
right, lastly, Rhino, road game, week one, Ohio. What is this environment? What do you expect it to be like out there with, you know, away from the Dome, fans, and the whole thing kind of getting back to at least something that looks like normal this year?
Yeah, I'm expecting a big crowd. You know, this is an ACC school going into a MAC school. I'm expecting a big crowd on their end, and, you know, this is their Super Bowl, and we just got to go down there and make a statement.
All right, Rhino, enjoy it this week.
Appreciate it.
That's Chris Elmore. We'll see him out there this Saturday night in Ohio at 7 o'clock.